everyone and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Kell, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys how to make this spring wreath. I am so ready for spring to arrive and I decided to come up with this wreath, and of course you guys know I am not great with plants, so I decided to use these faux plants I got from Michael's, and hopefully it inspires you guys to create something. If you create one of my DIYs, definitely tag me on my social media so you can get featured. I love seeing you guys' creations, and people are sending me the home is where the heart is, and I am in love with them. You guys are amazing. So if you guys want to know how to create this wreath, just keep on watching. To begin, take an embroidery hoop and separate the two circles. I opted to lightly stain mine with this walnut color. Take a paper towel or an old rag and apply the stain onto the wood. This is completely optional, but I really like the subtle brown tint. Print out the letter of your choice and cut it out. Place it on top of cardboard, trace it, and cut it out as well. When you're happy with the cutout, wrap it in some masking tape or painter's tape if you don't have it, and this will just make it more sturdy. I wasn't sure if the moss I'm going to place on the letter later on will show through, so as a precaution, I painted the entire letter green. Once it's dry, I got some moss and hot glued it onto the letter. I know this looks scary, but I promise it will look better. Flip it over and cut around the letter. So be sure to trim away the excess at the top as you see I'm doing here. This will just make it easier to paint and bring it to life. Right here, I'm adding some moss to the scant areas so we have a nice even moss layer. You guys have seen me do this before, but all you'll want to do is stipple on some greens, yellows for highlights, and some browns for depth. I just added some red here to create another layer of depth. Keep working on the colors until you're happy with the final result. I told you guys in my last video that I'm completely terrible at keeping plants alive, so I took this fake plant I bought from Michael's and I found the longest strand. I cut out the bulky parts and glued it onto the hoop. I felt like it would fall off, so I took some jewelry twine and secured it onto the hoop. If you have floral wire, that would work better. Cut off the excess and keep gluing and securing down the plant. Be sure to occasionally look at your wreath to make sure that you like the direction you're headed. I'm happy with the way mine looks, so I took these faux succulents I also got from Michael's and cut out a few. When you cut it out, you may have something that looks like this. Just snip off the end and glue it down. These succulents are pretty heavy, so it has to lay toward the bottom of the wreath. If you don't have a drill here, you can definitely use a hole punch or whatever works for you. I just thought that using a drill bit would be easier, so I just drilled 2 small holes at the top of the monogram. Loop it around with some fishing wire a couple of times, tie it, and then hang it onto the wreath. Be sure to secure the fishing wire onto the wreath with some hot glue, and you're all done. I hope you guys love this wreath as much as I do, and I hope you guys consider making it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!